What's up? What's up? And then there was two. Oh man, we short two tonight, man, and things happen, you know. Here we are, man, to the Cowboy Huddle. Welcome to the Cowboy Huddle with your man 21 Armando 21 and your old man G, the number one Cowboy fan, Hampton. And we're coming to you live, direct, and correct. So here we are, guys, on a Sunday, recap Sunday of last night's game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Chargers. Did you realize how the crowd from the Cowboys in the stands last night, Mondo?
Well, the videos I saw nothing but Cowboy fans out there, and I was like, okay, this is what we're talking about, AT&T West.
Yeah, exactly. Home away from home, man. That's
home away
exactly
from home.
Hey, it was bananas, man. You know, when the Rams play and when the Chargers play, man, we gonna be in the house, man.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That was great, man. Knowing that we had so many folks up in there. Hey, Pete, grab that link, Pete, and allow me to butt in. You grab that link, bring you on in, brother. We short too, so come on in and chop it up with us. So before we get started, everybody, we want to say thank you for being a part of this channel, man, and supporting everything that we do. We are very proud to be here today, bringing you some news that you can use. So we say thank you from the Cowboy Huddle. Yeah, buddy, without you guys and ladies, it would not be possible nowhere in the world. So we just want to say thank you. And if you could do us a favor, please, if right now, just take out the time and just hit the like button. Hit the like button. It helps the algorithms to say, hey, the Cowboy Huddle is all about the Cowboy. So let's put them over here and let's help them build their channel. So, yeah, if you could take out this time, please. Hit the like button, and if you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button so you will be a part of this group, and also the notification button so you will be notified of the next video. Man, we got some folks in here already, man. We got folks up in here. We got Larry Glassby, my man. What's up? How about them Cowboys? Everybody hyped tonight, man. Everybody hyped. What we got? We got Joel in there. What's up, homie? Puro Pinche Cowboys. That's what's
Cowboys
up. Yes, sir. And well, Pawpaw is in here. He got the grandbabies. So
got the grandpa duties. He got grandpa duties. Big shout out.
We holding it down, Cowboy Chris.
Big shout out to my boy Dallas Cowboy Chris, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got granddaddy duties too. So you ain't there yet.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah. Hey, them kids know how to drop them kids off, man. Them grandkids off. My talk with yeah, track call. It must have worked, but we still got a long ways to go, my brother.
Yeah.
So okay, come on, Pete, come on here with us. And Cowboy Chris, I'm on Pawpaw duties. I understand, brother. I tell you what, it's always one here with us. I'm surprised there's not a grandkid with us today. So, but let me not speak too loud, because guess what? Somebody might ring the doorbell. Yeah. So yeah, man. So here we are, man. Yeah, great win last night. It looks good last night, what I saw. But before we get into that, man, did you hear about Dante Fowler? Dante Fowler got fined $10,609 for unnecessary roughness. And I sure hope he got some money stashed somewhere, because that's a lot of money, brother. Yeah. So yeah, he's been fined, man. But goodness, was it that? Did you see what happened?
I didn't see the play you're talking about, but from what I heard, I mean, it must have been a hit, because he getting fined in his preseason fine. So
damn.
So he gotta have a stash laying around, because he getting fined $10,000 during preseason. He must have had a hit.
Yeah, it must have been something, because I know Mike McCarthy pulled him out the game. Whatever the case may have been. Oh, I think he threw a punch, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. I think he threw a punch, and that was the reason Mike McCarthy pulled him out the game. So, yeah, you know.
So real quick on Dante Fowler, I was looking at videos earlier, and I was seeing a list, and he's actually one of the guys that they're suggesting maybe they can move him around. You know, he might get cut, might work for a trade, something. So we're still in those stages where the cutting and the trading is going on. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we are actually we have to make another cut by Tuesday, man. We got to cut 5 more players, man, by Tuesday. So right when training camp starts in Frisco, man. So somebody's going to probably get cut real soon. It's going to be something to see. But before we get into that, let's go into some of these Cowboy stats, man, and let's talk about what we saw on last night. We can get right on into this thing, but so last night's score was 32-18. The Dallas Cowboys are now 1-1 and the Chargers are 0-2. But let's look at some of the stats. So we scored 7 points in the first quarter, 22 points in the second quarter. We didn't score in the third quarter, but we scored 3 points in the fourth quarter, which gave us a total of 32 points versus what we saw last week. That's quite a big difference, you think?
Big difference. Big difference. I think what we were talking about off air before we came on, it was a complete 180. The whole team. What we saw last season compared to this game was not even last season. I'm sorry about that, but we saw the last game
Yeah.
compared to this game. Oh my goodness, it was a total 180. We saw a lot of adjustments being made. Obviously we saw highlight reels, coming in. So it was a
Oh
good game
yeah.
overall.
We're going to definitely talk about all that. Here we got somebody that's going to sit in, step in for us. We always got somebody with some news you can use. So, I know we might be short too, but, we always going to have somebody that's willing to come in and chop it up with us. So here's my man, Pete. What's up, Pete?
What up, fellas? How's it
Hey,
going?
what's up, Phil? Hey,
It's
you already know the family's always big. Cowboy family's always
Yeah,
big.
yes,
always,
sir. Yes, sir.
and
I
that's
try
one
to tune in every time I can with y'all, man.
I appreciate. That's one thing we can always count on the Cowboy Huddle, man. I really appreciate you stepping in, man. These guys, know they stuff. So we bring somebody on. Believe me, they know what they talking about. But right now, Pete, we're just talking about the Cowboy stat, man. And right now, like I say, we end up the score was 32-18. Let's get down here at this quarterback competition. Come to find
Yeah,
out, it shows that Will have he was 6 for 10 for 98 yards. Cooper Rush was 3 for 6 for 32 yards, and Ben DiNucci was 2 for 2. So,
a
what
perfect
y'all?
2 for 2.
So, what do y'all think about this quarterback battle, man?
I like it, man. I like it. I think because we all know unfortunately, we all know what happens if we don't have this guy on the field. Mr.
Yes,
Prescott. It's
yes,
it's it's a
sir.
bumpy ride. It's a bumpy ride. So obviously this backup quarterback battle it's something that we have to look at because you know we know as the saying goes, we know shit can hit the fan real quick. So
Yeah,
we got to be ready. Will Greer look good? Matter of fact, I was talking with a track hawk last night. We actually called each other and we were talking about that and like I said, I think Will Greer looked the part. He looks good.
yeah.
Rush, I like Rush too. Obviously Ben DiNucci's a fan favorite. He looked good. But so it's a competition. We'll see. But my bet is on Will Greer right now. Ben DiNucci.
I'm, I'm
Ben
gonna,
DiNucci.
I'm just gonna keep it real simple.
Yeah,
Yeah, Greer looks the guy over the other
Yeah,
two. I Rush we saw last year when he stepped in for Prescott against Minnesota. Our
yeah,
defense really helped out. He made the one throw to get us that victory.
yeah,
But
right.
Greer looks like he's just more of a gunslinger. He'll let
yeah,
it loose, and I feel more comfortable with him as the backup.
yeah,
And I tried to make the excuse, Pete, last week because I said, because Cooper Rush is throwing to guys that Dak's been throwing to in practice, so they not letting Cooper Rush throw to the guys that Dak is throwing to. So I kept saying that the timing was off, and I used that last week, but
Yeah,
I'm trying to
yeah, yeah. You're
come
you're,
on,
you're
Coop.
going. We just I can't remember who it was last night. We're saying they're saying oh Tober looks kind of not doesn't look good right now. I'm like yeah, let's wait to see what he does with Dak in the offense because
yeah.
is it the receivers or is it Rush? Because if you look at all the receivers, who stands out with Rush in there? Like there's
Yeah,
nobody
yeah, there's
standing
not
out.
that one. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
So
And I say that's a lot. I say a lot has to do with the timing. I
yeah,
don't know if Kellen Moore McCarthy is allowing Rush to throw with the ones, which Dak is throwing to, or they're just waiting game time. And if that's the case, that's poor judgment, poor decision on the coaches for not allowing the guys that's going to be playing the game with these receivers not to, create some type of chemistry. So
Right.
I don't know, but Rush, man, Cooper Rush only had three. He was 3 for 6 for 32 yards. What the crap?
Yeah.
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 But it's something to say. Also, guys, now we talk about the quarterback battle, but man, we got a battle at this third running back position, man.
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean, looking at it right now, Rico Dowdle had 13 carries for 44 yards, which he averaged 3.4 yards a carry with one TD. Malik Davis had 8 carries for 37 yards, 4.6 yards per carry with a TD. What do y'all think about this running back battle, man?
Pete.
Well, what do you make? Who do you consider the O line to be because of those running backs having these yards? Like, because I looked at it, I thought the O line, the run blocking looks really good from this second group. So,
Yeah.
but if I had to choose, I think Malik Davis would be my pick. He looked a little bit more on the cutback lanes. He looked like he saw those lanes a little bit more to me. That'd be my pick as our third guy.
Yeah. What
And
you think?
yeah,
21?
and what me and Gary had talked about earlier is that obviously this run game, we've been calling for it, ever, since we haven't had it, this yesterday we kind of saw, okay, the run game. I talked to Gary about a situation. It was a third and it was like we were in a first and goal situation, I think like at the 7 or something, and they kept trying to throw it in
Through
and
the fade.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
finally,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they went back to the run, touchdown.
Yeah.
So
It seems so simple, right? It just seems so
yeah,
simple, and they make it so
but I,
hard.
but
Yeah.
I think, like you say, Pete, I think a lot of it stems from the good play of that offensive line, and obviously, our big investment is in there, which is Tyler Smith,
Oh,
so he was
And
making the
who
part yesterday, and
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 who they
as
go right behind for the touchdown when they get
yeah,
it
yeah.
right behind
Tyler.
him.
and as G was saying, this kid is just growing, so he's growing, he's learning, so that's good for us.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I know I've been looking at both of these running backs, man. But again, I think the reason we were so successful and putting up these points because that we established the run game, and that basically plays key in the offense to open up the passing game. So I was a little leery at first of the play calling when Kellen Moore started he's off, he's off rhythm. But then as he got going, I started seeing him getting into a rhythm, and which
Well,
was something.
that run game's open. You saw in the 2 point conversion. What was it? A play action boot out, open guy in the flat, easy
Yeah,
easy peasy. That's what that run game does. Which
Yeah,
that drove me nuts was going for 2 points because we need to see these field goal kickers kick these field goals, and I don't
I
know
know,
why we're
right?
kicking. So I don't know. That
yeah,
drove me
for
nuts.
real. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, real quick, but I gotta put my man on. Dallas Cowboy Chris said Rush has to be on prime time before he can show. Well, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Prime time.
Hey, well, last season he showed up in prime time. That was a prime time
Well,
game.
It
yeah.
was a primetime game.
Hey, so did Jason Garrett.
No, but
One
I
hit
did mean that,
wonder.
I think the Cowboys are hung up a little bit on Rush because of that. Because
Yeah.
he did go into Minnesota, get us a game that we did need. So I think the Cowboys kind of were like, okay, but then now they see Greer, shining, so they're like, ugh. But with that QB2, to me it's Greer, and yesterday for some reason Dowdle, to me, I like the way he runs.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
Yeah, Rico Dowdle to me has some. I think Malik Davis is a little bit more. Is it Malik Davis?
yeah,
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 I
Yeah.
think he's a little bit more of a. He's poised. He has those nice cuts. But Dowdle to me seems like
That's
another
more quickness.
hitter, and bounce. I like him for some reason.
it's gonna be hard, man. It's
Yeah.
really gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to figure who's gonna be that third running back, and Chris, I like this guy's on one. Cooper will start this year versus Minnesota. You're probably right. You're probably right. You're probably right. But
I actually hope you're not right, because if he's starting
Yeah, no,
something wrong.
yeah, that don't
as
do
the one
that.
hit one his one is right there. Larry says here. Larry says something here, which is he said Rush is one of those guys who's been on the team for 300. Stop it. No, nobody got Noah Brown beat. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I think Noah Brown takes that. But again, back to this run game, man. I tell you what, it was refreshing to see us move the ball. I mean, we scored. Well, we scored twice
Yeah.
off the run game, right? Both touchdowns came, I think, from the run game. Then we got one from the tight end. But man, that's refreshing in the red zone, and you're able to punch the ball in. And I just understand.
It was looking good. What I like is that we didn't kind of like let off the gas pedal. I think there was one play where I don't know if was it Greer was still in or Ben DiNucci was in, or I don't even know who was in, but I think he
I
took
think
it.
it was Will because Ben
Took
did
it
a lot
under
of
the
running.
center,
What?
tossed it to Turpin. So I was like, okay. So they're
Oh, that little,
they're
yeah.
getting those plays in where I'm like, okay, they're this is what we saw at the beginning of the season that we didn't see at the end of the season. Those type of plays, the razzle dazzle that I think we needed against the 49ers that we didn't show up. So I was like, okay, I'm hoping Kellen Moore is getting in his bag and kind of trying some things out.
Yeah, for sure. So with that being said, so we had a total of 242 yards to Chargers 296 yards. We had 127 yards passing, okay, but we had 115 yards rushing, okay. Only thing I saw on here that was kind of got my attention is our third down efficiency. We were 2 for 12, and a lot of that came from the penalties, penalties. So
Mm-hmm.
and we was 8 for 57 this time, fellas. So not bad. We're
Not bad.
kind of, yeah, it's not as bad.
Yeah.
So anything's better than 129 yards in penalties. So
Yep.
yeah, so that's the only thing that stood out to me, man, was the third down efficiency. So let's go into this real quick, guys. You guys, we'll start with you, Pete. What did you think about the play calling?
It's what you see. You go. It looked a little better when Will Greer was in there. It looked like the play calling opened up a little better because he is more athletic. So you have him bootleg, you have him roll out more. And with Rush, it just seems staggered. Like there's only like a handful. Like, oh, let's run this play right here, and it just seems staggered when Rush. That's why, if you tell me, if we go into a game, we're Dak's out 2 games. Who do you feel more comfortable with? Like that they can open the playbook up for. Will Greer looks like he can use those legs like Dak does, so
Yeah.
you can kind of open the playbook up to him more than you can Rush. You're limited over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, 21?
And yeah, exactly. I like I was saying earlier about that one particular play that I saw where they pitch it back to Turbin. So the play calling, I liked it yesterday. I saw flashes of what we saw at the beginning of last season, but so I'm hoping, Kellen Moore's like, a little bit more like, okay,
You
I
know,
gotta I
you know
got
what? Yeah, you know what kind of reminds me of. Remember we had Lucky Whitehead,
there you go,
Yeah.
yeah.
and that's those seasons when we had him, and they throw him in there. Either it was a fake to him on the end around, or they gave it to him. He was always that person that you had to watch
Yeah.
out. Like
Yeah.
just they would throw him in there. That's what it kind of remind me of when they're got back to that. Like
Yeah.
some of this,
Yeah,
you
so
know.
so so that play calling, it to me, I like it because they mix it up. They don't they keep you guessing. You don't know what's gonna happen, which is good. You got to keep the defense guessing. So I'm hoping Kellen Moore brings out some of these tricks during the season, and we get some of these wins like against those teams that we need to win. The Bucks, the Rams. These are big games that we need to win this season, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And that is so true, man. Because I was really that was one of my things I was watching out for. The last video I made, there was three things I was looking at. I was looking at the penalties, the play call, and then those are number two things I was looking at. I was like, okay, because the last week it took us 3 quarters before we scored. Like, okay, let's see what's going on along with the penalties. So play calling, I was definitely watching. Like I was telling Armando earlier, it looked like we started off slow for a minute, but then we finally got into a rhythm. And it was the running. It was because we was able to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
The running the ball, which created the passing game. So man, that was good to see, man. So yeah, it was
But
refreshing.
but also
Go
too,
ahead.
we don't want to see these slow starts as the season goes. Remember, we're used to this where
Yeah.
this slow start, then we get going. Hopefully, they can just get all the wrinkles out now in training camp, in preseason, and just put it all together. And we're gonna
And
have games
go.
where we're gonna have games where we have slow starts. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and big shout out
that's
to that's Cowboy Chris. I think that's one player that we haven't really mentioned that I think he is having a big,
yep.
I think even the last game he had some good plays. Jake
No,
Ferguson, especially
yeah.
with that tight end situation, I'm liking. There was one nice play that he had yesterday, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, he's giving me, those Jason Witten vibes. So
That
that's the guy right
that
there that we
that
can
that
watch.
run after the catch with the Will
Yeah,
Greer rollout, that did
yeah,
look like a Jason. Like when he was running with it, I was like, man, that's some little
right.
Jason Witten right there.
Hey,
I
With
caught
a
that
little
one.
bit of Moose Johnson, because
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And you know what? You know what's crazy, G, that you say that is exactly what my wife Maxine. She's like, he looks like Moose. Remember Moose back in the day? That's like, yeah. I said, all right. I see what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. And he actually wanted to wear Moose Johnston jersey and honor him. So, people say, well, it's not too hurt. It's not really known that for a tight end to wear number 48. But that was the whole reason he wanted to wear number 48 in reference to Daryl Moose Johnston. So, yeah, man. I mean, he looks good, man. And that
yeah,
really and truly, we got a tight end battle issue too, guys. We really
yeah.
do. So here, Larry said this here. He said, I watched Will Greer when he was at West Virginia. He was a decent quarterback. He couldn't compete for. Yeah.
Yeah,
Will Greer, he's a gunslinger. He can't throw that ball. Did you guys see the Tony Romo play?
yeah,
Did you see
yeah,
that? He
yeah.
But,
dropped the ball.
was
No,
that
that
It
was
was
Danucci. That
it's
was
Danucci.
Danucci.
Yeah, it's Danucci.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
That
was the
was
new
Danucci. That was
yeah.
Danucci.
Danucci.
Dro-
Yeah, yeah.
Seems like he has too many of those though. Like
Yeah.
where.
And I think when they actually got it back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
he,
Yeah,
he
yeah, no
did.
game. Yeah,
He
no game.
did, man. And that's the thing about it, man. They're trying to give Ben DiNucci a shot, but I don't know, man. I don't know if he's going to be able to, cut the lineup. I don't know.
Hey, and Will Greer he's a third round pick. Remember that, guys, and he's only in
Yeah.
his third
Yeah,
season. So
yeah, for sure.
We got him from what, Carolina?
yeah, from Carolina. Yeah.
Carolina,
Sure
right?
did. Sure did. Yeah. So with that being said, guys, so which offensive player would you say actually stood out to you? Pete, what do you think who did you have your eye on last night and you wanted to see something if this individual or individuals could actually help the team? Who did you see that you kept your eye on last night?
Well, I was trying to keep my eye on Tolbert. It's going to be the number two wide receiver going in, but like I said, it's kind of hard to see what he can do with. Is it Rush? Is it him? We don't know. Hopefully, this third preseason game with him and Dak, we can see see how he looks and how he's going to help the team. But then, our left guard position, of course, and
Yeah.
it looked like the whole O line. It looks like we got some good depth behind these starters because this O line was pushing these guys. We were opening holes. And
Mhm.
I just feel like that's a big part because what if Tyron goes down? What if offensive line is a big key, especially if we want to get back to running the ball. And
Facts.
then, like Armando said, Ferguson just jumped off the screen. I wasn't looking for him, but he jumped off the screen.
Yeah.
He jumped off the screen to me. So, like sometimes it's always somebody you're not paying attention to, and they just
Right.
jump off the screen to you. And he did. He did.
Right. Right, for sure, for sure. Mondo, who stood out to you and who was you kind of watching throughout the night?
I think when the game at first started, I was kind of like, okay, let me check out Tolbert. Tolbert.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have that situation. But as the game progressed, and I saw the run game, that's when I started kind of looking over, and I started telling my wife, okay, so this is the rookie that we got, Tyler Smith. So my focus was on Tyler Smith. I was like, okay, so we're getting this run game going. That's what we've been calling for, to get this run game back, and it's looking good. So I had towards the end of the game, most of the game, it was it was all Tyler Smith. I was looking at the way he was blocking, the way he was out there, kind of moving around, and I think I had told G that there was a couple calls where they might have missed some holdings on him,
Mm-hmm.
but it's good. He's learning. So Tyler Smith and that O line, I was taking a look at, but Tober looks like he's gonna be the two for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I said the same thing. I had written his name down, Jalen, because of his play last week, and I'm like you, Peter's like, okay, is it Cooper Rush? Is it Jalen Tober? Is the timing or what? So, yeah, that was one that I was looking at. So, do you guys think Jalen Tober will be okay? I mean, with Dak, do y'all trust him enough that he can be that number 2 or number 3 or whatever?
For me, these first two preseason games, I want to say yes. I've seen some flashes of him where I'm like, okay, if he can have just a consistency with him and Dak, and just that get on that same page like Dak and CD, I think we can see him flourish with that number 2 spot.
Yeah,
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 and it's Dak that quarterback that can elevate these guys
Yeah.
for sure.
more than what they can do. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you guys about let's go back to Tyler Smith. What do y'all so are y'all pleased with Tyler Smith? Or I mean, I know he's young. He got away with a couple of holding calls or whatever, but man, this kid is strong as an ox,
Yeah.
man. So
Yeah.
I mean, Pete, what do you think about this Tyler Smith kid?
I'm happy with them. I can honestly say the first two games, the penalties, the holding, like Mondo said, it looks like he got away with one. That happens. You're going
Yeah,
to get caught for tacky stuff, ticky tacky stuff, and then you're going to get away with stuff. Just what
right,
it is, what it
right.
is. But he is strong. It is a definite upgrade from what we had last year because of the strength.
Yeah,
And if
for
Tyron's
sure.
healthy, you put him on the left side next to Tyron. He's 21. He's 21
Yeah,
years old.
yeah.
So
He got it. Yeah, and he's going against professionals.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So, hey, before you answer, Armando, hey, allow me to butt in sports. Grab that link, brother. Come on in. Come on and holler at us. So Armando, what do you think, my man?
Yeah, Tyler Smith. Like I said, I ended up watching him most of the game. I like the fact that, like we say, he's 21. He's learning. He's a rookie. So we can expect progress from him. That's what I'm liking, is that it's all gonna be progress. It's all gonna be learning.
Yeah,
So obviously he's only gonna get better. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see that line during the season. So
If we
we'll watch it.
if you remember when uh, our left tackle Smith first came in, he was 21.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
who was our left guard at that time? Was
Uh,
I'm trying to remember,
uh,
but it was a veteran.
no, it was oh God Almighty. Leary, was it Ron Leary?
Yeah, I think it was wrong.
Gotta
It
be
might
Ron
have been,
Leary, yeah.
but you know, you get them to learn. Like I said, and I like that. I like that he's 21, and we get to build. Like longest I know G has a problem with Philbin. I have a problem with Philbin. Let's see if we can coach this guy
Yeah,
up and
Yeah.
reach his full potential.
yeah, for sure. Dallas Cowboy Chris says that he wants to see more of Simi. I do
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
I do too. I want to see if this guy can break the lineup. I mean,
And you know what I didn't hear this game, and I didn't really see is Vasher. I didn't see TJ
man,
Vasher.
Vasher is not getting any PT.
He
Haven't
didn't
seen
get.
him at all.
Yeah, I was talking with Tony Trackcock last night, and we were saying the same thing. I didn't see anything of Vasher. I saw some flashes of Fahoku, and which is good because it looks like he's coming into play a little bit. He's getting his touches now. But Vasher, we didn't see anything of Vasher.
And
Yeah,
there was that fade route that Simi had, and Cooper just like I said, he didn't put enough air underneath
yeah,
it to give him a
enough
chance,
air in
and
there for
so that's
sure.
what I'm saying. How can we judge these guys if
Yeah.
I kind of want to see Dak in there with them and see
Yeah,
more, and then we can kind of judge them a little better on that.
Right.
yeah. Without further ado, we got another Cowboy lover in the house, and it's and he goes by the name of Allow Me to Butt In, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to butt in with us tonight. Come on in, my man. What's up with it?
What's going on, y'all?
What's going on, big dog?
Yeah, man. You know, we sit up here chopping it up, man, talking about our boys, man. So we were just talking about some of the players that we was keeping our eye on last night, and you know, we all agreed that Jalen Tolbert was one that we was kind of watching. So was there anyone you was particularly looking at last night?
Honestly, man, for me right now, it's you got to take everything with a grain of salt. I'm really ready for that dress rehearsal. I'm assuming we're gonna get it this next preseason game that we're gonna get. But I mean, for me, it's always been about the meat and potatoes. I really want to see what that offense and that defensive line looks like. The defensive line is not talked about enough, I don't think. There's going to be a lot of movement on that defensive line.
We about to get to it just a minute. We're going to get to the defensive side just a minute. You're definitely correct about that, my brother, for real.
But, I mean, there's going to be a lot of movement. I mean, there's a lot of new pieces. Osa's going to come into his own. We're going to see what we're going to get out of him. And, I mean, he's even talking about, I mean, I've seen reports of Chauncey Golston making his way to the middle.
Yeah, he done bulked up, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting what Dan Quinn does with this defense. I'm really more excited about that than I am with anything.
Well, you know what? Since we're on to it, let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's talk about defensive player standout since we already on it. So, well, let's talk about it. Allow me to butt in. What do you want to say about that defensive line, my man? Continue on.
When in regards to the defensive line, I'm very excited to see what happens with Sam Williams. Obviously, they drafted him in that second round for a reason, and I'm excited to see what happens because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If you look at his numbers compared to some of the guys that were drafted in like the early parts of in the first round, and one guy especially in Jermaine Johnson, who we passed up on in the first round.
That's right.
And when you look at it, man, Sam was going up against some stout competition in the SEC, no less.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, just look at his game against Mississippi State, and that's a rivalry game.
Yeah.
Last I checked, that kid from Mississippi State, I believe his name is Michael Cross.
Yes.
He went like top 10 pick. And he got 2 sacks against Mississippi State that day.
Facts. That's so true.
It's just interesting just because pass rush is key for us to be able to be successful.
Yeah.
And
on the back end,
it's been lacking in years past, and just recent history. It's been a problem, and it feels like it's been a point of emphasis. They got Anthony Barr, we got Dante Fowler, we have, and the inside is really what's the big
thing. Oh my gosh!
Because they ran through us like tissue paper. I mean, just look at the playoff game. They ran through us straight.
Well, remember Cleveland. Remember Cleveland, what they did to us?
Yeah,
they gashed the hell out of us.
It's nasty, and they just and let's not forget Cleveland's got 2 of the best runners in the league. Like but still they got ran through. It was bad, man. It was ugly, and I just feel like he's gonna be Quinn. I don't know. I really like Dan Quinn. I feel like he's the mastermind. And I feel like he's just going to be rotating these guys in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. It's going to be interesting to see how it works because I feel like you're going to have some fresh bodies on that defense all the time.
Yeah. Just rotating, yeah.
And I mean, it's a nice thing to have because you need that. You need that, like
fresh legs.
For sure.
You know, you just
you have different schemes as well. You got different schemes. So just like Barr. So when we talk about Anthony Barr, where would he fit in? What is he going to be on the coverage? Because they were saying that he covers a lot better than LVE. So I'm sure that Dan Quinn has certain schemes for each player. So it's going to be bananas, man.
Yeah, and to me, what's crazy about that is that if you're watching not only the preseason game but the camp, there's dudes like LVE that are having good camps, and you know, so you're like, oh,
don't tell that to Cowboy kids, man.
Right. So you're just looking around like, okay, so who's gonna be the dude? And I think it's like what we all agree on is that Dan Quinn is just gonna say, okay, you next. You're just gonna be shooting dudes out there, and 2-3 plays, boom, next, and then so I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see that defense.
I can't wait for Trayvon to be able to defend himself. I really can't wait for that.
Well,
it's
just like
stuff. I'm so tired. Everybody gets beat at camp, and
one-on-ones, of course,
in the NFL. No one's.
It's just like they said last night. There's going to be some defensive line players that are not going to make this team, and they're very good. They can make any other team. That's how deep we are on this D line.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And like he comes saying, like Sam Williams, like the stats might not be there, but you can see the pressure that he's getting. He's bull rushing, pushing guys back into the quarterback, allowing other guys to get to the quarterback to make the sack. You saw the pressure on the first interception. They got right around the corner, forced the quarterback to make the errant throw.
Nope.
And I used to have this argument with my dad all the time. We watched preseason back in the day, and he go, we need turnovers. Why can't we get turnovers? I go, Dad. We got to put pressure on the quarterback to make turnovers. The rules favor the wide receivers. It is hard to cover in this league.
You used to watch all 6 preseason games.
Yeah.
We had 6 back in the day, right?
Yeah. And every year it was the same argument with him. He was like, "Why can't we get turnovers? Why can't we get turnovers? Because we're not putting pressure on the quarterback. That's why you can't. You're just not forcing them to get uncomfortable." And you're exactly right with the passer. And as far as Barr and Parson, like I feel like that's where that Barr comes in place, where you can when they have it's a pass rush situation, put Parsons on the line, you put Barr in his place, and you're covered there.
It's going to be the banana.
To me, that's the key in beating these top tier teams, these Brady teams. You make these guys uncomfortable, and they're gonna they're gonna mess up with the ball, and that's what we want.
Exactly.
So I'm excited, man.
And to piggyback off what allow me to butt in, just mention, as far as Trayvon Diggs redeeming himself, Michael Parsons said it best. He said these one-on-ones, when you got a DB lined up against a receiver and a quarterback's just standing there without any pressure throwing the ball, of course the receiver's going to win majority of the time. He said, Michael Parsons said, that is for the media. That's for you guys to report. He said in any other regular season game, that quarterback will not have that much time to throw that ball, a tight spiral like that. So he said, we need to get off of that. Trayvon Diggs going to do his thing, but again, it happens. You got a guy that's trying to backpedal to keep up with a guy, and a quarterback just sitting back there, just waiting for that opening.
We're not going to be playing 7-man football like out here in West Texas and stuff like that, man. We're not doing that. Like, come on.
Exactly. What do you say? Allow me to butt in.
Well, it's just crazy because they try to paint this picture like he's just this extremely selfish player, and I'm like, dude, because everybody says the same thing. He bites on the double move. He bites on the like the in and out just because he's trying to pick off the ball and all this stuff. It's like the man had 11 interceptions, and we're trying to poke off.
Does that stand for anything?
Anybody else? It wouldn't be a conversation. They'd just be like, that was amazing. He had 11 interceptions. But because of who he is, we got to poke in it. Like it's not.
But we got to be used to this kind of stuff. It's just like it's the whole Dak thing. Oh, he has all these weapons. That's why he's able to do what he does. It's always something. So every player we got on the team.
I bet you if Trayvon Diggs was on the trading block, I bet you every team would want him on their team.
Yeah, and those fans talking.
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you guys about this. Go ahead. What you got? Allow me to butt in. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, let's not sleep on Brown either. Brown, there's a lot of people saying Brown's doing better than Diggs right now.
Yeah. He started first camp with a pick in the first practice. He came up with a pick. So he's about his business.
Well,
I swear it would be like Diggs would do it, then Brown would do it. The next thing you know, like somebody else was getting, like they were just feeding off the turnovers. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we know who our 3 guys are going to be. It's going to be Brown, Diggs, and Jordan Lewis in the slot. That's the 3 guys.
Well, hold on, big fella. Because I got one right now that's starting to shine, Deron Bland.
And they want Bland to be that slot guy
my
too.
gosh.
They like him in the slot, and he is physical. And you're right. He's gonna. Jordan Lewis does get injured quite a bit throughout the season.
Don't you guys wish we were this excited about our offense?
I'm excited about our offense. I am excited because we saw the run game. So I am excited about the offense, but
you got to think though too, man. Like with offense and the defense, this entire roster with how young it is, there's so many question marks.
Yeah, for sure.
There's question marks at receiver. There's question marks on the D line. There's question marks at linebacker.
Yeah.
The linebackers we have on this team.
And you know what? It's crazy that you say that because I think because of the question marks, I think that's why everybody around us, everybody around the Cowboys, and what I mean by that is all other 31 NFL fan bases. They're like, oh, the Cowboys ain't gonna do nothing. They didn't do nothing because we have these question marks. We don't know, but we see it. We know we see that there's gonna be growth. You know, it's just where is it gonna be at, and it's crazy.
You know who stood out to me last night? Speaking of that we could say 24, the other safety, he had the interception. Israel, he stood out, but the one guy, Jabril Cox, he made some plays in there. Coming off the ACL injury, I'm excited for him. I feel that's I'm excited for him. He stood out last night for his first game being back.
Yeah.
Well, we know that this linebacker core is going to be super duper fast, brother. And Quinn is going to set these guys up to where they're going to have to pick their poison.
Yeah.
That's just it. So, that's going to be something to see. Let me ask you guys about somebody that I thought stood out and he's just now coming into his own. It's been a couple of years, and it's like, I don't know about this guy, but he's starting to ball out now, and that's Tristan Hill.
Yeah.
Tristan Hill is.
And like I said before, like the defensive line, we're stacked. There's going to be a couple really good players that not make this team on that D line, and who is it going to be? And like I said, Tristan Hill, we've been waiting to see this from him, right? We've just been waiting.
Revenge too. He got some revenge on Tyler Smith. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he said, I'm not going out like that. Yeah, for sure, man. But it's good to see Tristan Hill finally. I don't know, look like they got him in that 3 technique, but man, he has light feet and strong hands, man. And for him to get around that edge and reach out and cause that fumble, man. I mean, that just they chalk it up as as a win, so. That's you gotta put that in his stat books, and that's going to probably move him up the chart a little bit. So again, it's going to be a battle down there in the trenches, man. You got Neville Gallimore, you got Osa, you got Quinn Bohanna, you got Tristan Hill, we got Watkins. So man, I have no
drafted Ridgeway too, John
and Ridgeway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So man, that's where we are. But hey, let's get into something that really just turn. Well, let's go to here first. So we're gonna go into a fun fact.
Fun fact of the day, guys.
Got something.
And I know you guys know, but fun fact of the day, the last time we got a USFL MVP, Mr. Herschel Walker, and you guys know how that turned out, So we got another one, and boy, did we get some highlights last night.
Well, and that leads us right into Turpin time. Hey, man. So, man, this kid is electrifying, man. I mean, and I understand where he's coming from. Billy, I'm a little dude myself, and one thing I was taught: look, you're not going to be that big, so you got to create speed. And this is something this guy he's running for his life, man. So this guy here. Let's check this out, man. Let's go in here and check some of this out, man. Look at this guy. I mean, bananas. It's crazy.
I like the way he runs. I like the way he's looking for that hole.
I mean, there's no stop here. There's no stop. No, but not only that, but I got to give kudos to the special team itself, how they made those blocks, man.
Yep.
They made some key blocks to free this guy up. And, man, after he did what he did after halftime, they took him out his shoulder pads. Look at this.
Yep.
Man, oh man. But you know how we was turned on to this guy. You know, Daryl Moose Johnston is the president of the USFL. So, you know, he reached out to Will Clay and said, hey, so this kid here was also the player of the season. He was the player of the season for the USFL. So this guy here, man, was a diamond in the rough for sure. You know what I mean? So what do y'all think? Do you guys think he can help us on offense as well?
You know, obviously, I think he brings that spark. You know, and you know, we need something like that. We need them to be scared to kick to us. You know, so I'm hoping I'm hoping they implement, you know, not only in punt returns but just, you know, in different schemes. You know, the dude Turpin has quickness. We see that, you know, that's his thing, his speed. So hopefully, you know, they bring him into other schemes.
And I think like the comment right there, you're gonna see some of that, like what we did with Lucky Whitehead and Dwayne Harris, where they come in, they do those. Either you're gonna give it to them, or you're gonna act like you give it to them too, or you know they're gonna find some. I hope Killamore does find some situations for him.
Yeah. Well, we saw the jet sweep. Well, when the jet sweep was reversed, and he was pretty much stuck, man, and he put it in third gear, fourth gear, and got around that end and picked up 9 yards.
Yeah.
This is what we need. We need some of that. Like say, like we was talking about Dwayne Harris, Lucky Whitehead. We got to implement Cole Beasley, you know. So I think, you know, the guy's definitely going to help on special team, but I think that they're going to come up with some gadgets where he's going to be able to help the offense as well. So, man, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Is it safe to say he's on the 53-man roster?
I think he made it last night. Yeah, I think he made it last night. Yeah.
I think he made it last night, man. I really do. I think he made it last night. So, God Almighty, man. So,
so I think he gave us some highlight reels, and I think he got Cowboy fans riled up last night, and even the haters are like, oh, okay, now they got some. You know, when we get to when you're that older brother that gets a good gift, you're like, hell yeah. This nice shiny new PS5, and y'all got the 4. You know,
well, I can tell you this. I know for sure the haters hated to see that happen last night. They hated to see that
twice.
Twice. So he ran a 98. He ran a 98-yard kickoff return back for a touchdown. Then he come back with a punt return for 86 yards. Man, look, take it to the shower, son. You're done for the night.
Oh, that's it.
And you know the haters were calling a block in the back on that punt return. They're like, "Look at that block in the back."
Yeah,
well, he lit up.
But hey, yeah.
What is that, Pete? I mean, what are you gonna say? Allow me to butt in.
I was just saying, it's gonna be pretty dynamic, just because I mean you have 2 guys on the outside in CD and Jalen Colbert.
Oh my gosh,
get it. And we'll see what happens with Simi Fioku and when it really comes down to game time. But to stick this kid in the slot or something and to use him like you'd use, just anybody with that kind of speed. Different names come to mind. Obviously, we don't know what we're getting yet. But, if you can use him like a Deshaun Watson, Deshaun Jackson or Tyreek Hill or something like that.
Oh, my gosh.
It's just –
oh, my gosh.
You're right. You're right. Just some packages that even if you don't get them the ball, that the threat is there of that speed.
You have to line them up in the slot to line them up with a linebacker. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
What linebacker is going to cover him with that kind of
they won't
safety over top of him or something. Like there's just no way.
Yeah. So, and that's definitely something to think about, man. Hopefully, Boy Wonder is thinking the same thing. Hopefully, he already got a package where he's going to implement him like the Cheetah and like Deshaun Jackson and all those guys. But it's definitely well needed. We need that. So, and here we are, guys. We move into the last game. We got to make a cut by Tuesday. So, who do y'all think is on the bubble, man? I know it's hard to say, but who y'all think that? Well.
They don't have quarterback room without a question. They got too many quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You got to trim this down, man. We don't need this many quarterbacks. Like for me, it's probably going to be Will Greer and like Cooper Rush. Yeah. But it's time to say goodbye to these other 2, man. Like Ben DiNucci, it's been real, it's been fun, but have a nice day. He's a nice guy, but It's.
I think with Danucci he became a fan favorite, but yeah, I think it's
He
time
never
to
cut the mustard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
He'll end up. He can end up back on the practice squad or something. That's what probably happened with him.
5 quarterbacks.
Yeah,
That many quarterbacks.
that's a lot of quarterbacks.
And I think also we cut we cut down on our running backs. You know, I think there's a lot out there. It sucks because we saw some flashes last night, both of them. So you're like, but you know, who we keeping? I said I like Rico Dowdle. For some reason, I like the way he runs. You know, but I also did see I like what was it, Davis? Davis had some good runs, so we'll see who gets cut there. But you know, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, Pete, did you tell us who you thought was going to get cut? Did you say?
I agree with the quarterback. That's to be a quarterback. That'd be my pick right there. There's too many quarterbacks. Let the two that are going to fight for the backup position play in that final preseason game. And
well, and you know what? I'm thinking also, man, this is where we're going to see some receivers get cut.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, Vasher might be one. They got another kid, Drummond. He might get cut, you know, because this is it, man. This is the last, this is the final call. So those guys that probably hadn't got any playing time probably won't. But you're protecting your investment because they can go somewhere else and play, you know. And then it's a dress rehearsal for some of these guys that's already playing, because if they don't make it here, they, you know, might make it somewhere else. It's just like Story Action Jackson, man. The kid can play.
Yeah.
But is it enough room?
It can play.
Oh.
There's enough room.
Makes it. I really hope Story Jackson makes it. He knows my cousin, man. I know that. I know roundabout of that kid, man. He's from Kansas. He's got good. He's a Cowboys fan.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, man.
He's a beast.
Whole family, man.
Man, I saw highlights, and man, this guy, he's not scared to hit. Along with Marquise Bell, he's another one that's out there. And Devin Harper. So, man, we don't know what's going to happen. But let me ask you real quick about this individual, man. What you guys think? Y'all give me your opinion on this guy. Kelvin Joseph, what's going on?
You know what? I think he gets cut. I think
you can't cut him. No,
you can't.
Dang. Are you serious?
I think that we haven't seen, you know, what we thought we were gonna see during this preseason, you know, and then with everything else that surrounded him, I think this is a chance for Jerry to be like, okay, you know what, you know, we'll
just gonna get out of it.
Yeah,
get out of it.
They take the hit. What do you think? Allow me to butt in.
I mean, I don't know. Kelvin got a lot of stuff going on, man. It's
hard,
you know, with the, and you know what? The other thing is, how do you get away with that? Like,
it's Jerry Jones' lawyer, man.
Ask Jerry Jones.
That whole ordeal. I don't know if y'all know what happened.
Well, apparently he was in the car. You know, these are allegations, so we don't know. But what I do know is that they pretty much cleared him. They cleared him, right? They cleared him. They said,
they cleared him. Yeah, but you know what? I'm thinking. Wait, I'm not going to do that online. I don't want no defamation of character or anything, but it's something going on. I think it's something bothering him. But you know, and just like his agent probably told, you know, Boss Man is one that talks trash and like to, you know, run his mouth or whatever. But his agent probably say, listen here, now you done got off on this. Shut your mouth, keep your head down, and play football. But he probably can't play football without running, you know, talking trash. So keep your mouth closed. You know, so
just looking on the field, it's just the aggressiveness. You can see Bland plays with so much aggressiveness. He's just more physical. You know, Nation Wright, he's gotten beat a couple of times, but you can see the physicality with Nation Wright than with Joseph. Joseph just kind of sits back, waits. You know what I'm saying? He's more timid, looks like Joseph is, than the other two guys.
Stark Taylor is probably another one that might get cut. I hate to say it, but I'm looking at these cornerbacks. They're now. I don't know if you guys saw this. They was in a press position and they're shadowing the guys off the line. When you're pressing, you do not allow him to release off the line. So that was hurting Joseph, Kelvin Joseph. That was hurting Stark Taylor. So they probably looking at that kind of stuff. So Caliber Chris say cut cut Hill, Brown, and Boss Man Fat. We are not cutting Anthony Brown. No way, buddy.
I know. Anthony Brown's actually having a good camp, man.
Yeah.
That's what he said. That's what he said. Yeah, that's what your buddy said. Cut Brown.
No, I don't think right now. I think.
Yeah, but no, I think Kelvin Joseph. I think he's really on that block where we gotta watch. You know, yesterday I think what you're saying, G, is I was watching that where you don't even press the dude and it's like, you know, they were talking about it and I was like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, exactly what they said. They said the cornerback coach Harris and Quinn, they coach that stuff. They want you to when they coach that stuff, and if you're not doing it, you're not paying attention then.
Yeah,
you're not listening.
They were saying he should be expecting a near full when he gets back to the
exactly. It was like 3rd and 5, and that's short yardage. If you're in a press position, your job is to put your hand on him and not allow him to release. And he was shouting. He allowed him to come off. He made the tackle, but it was a first down. So it's the little things like that can get you cut. It really is. So it's going to be something to see, man. To see, you know, this is only his 2nd year, right?
Yeah.
Woo, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be trouble his 2nd year, man.
2nd year, but you look, like I said, we look at Nation Wright, it looks like he's having trouble finding the ball, but he's being physical on the line of scrimmage. He's being more physical. Him and Bland are being more physical cornerbacks on that line of scrimmage, so you can just see it.
Well, I think Israel done moved up the chart now with that interception, those big hits that he made on yesterday. So that's going to be something to see. So so we're going for the live rehearsal this Friday, guys. So starting with you, Armando, what is it that you're looking for in this last preseason game?
Let me ask you guys this. Would you guys be surprised if we don't get a rehearsal? If it's just straight, we run through Will Greer and Ben DiNucci?
Well, it's a dress rehearsal for them. I mean,
cause I honestly think, I don't know, I've been thinking that we might not even see the starters this preseason, you know. So, but if we do, you know, obviously we all want to see that first drive, you know, we want to see what that chemistry looks like.
If anything, maybe if they go down and drive and score one series, maybe
that would be beautiful.
Oh yeah,
just to see them drive and score and get off and be done. That would be beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
One drive.
Too many young wide receivers not to.
Colbert is the number 2. Like we have not seen this offense in its full and obviously they're not going to give you the full playbook in that game. But I want to see what our offense looks like with Zeke and Pollard and all these guys on the field at the same time. I want to see if they're going to give Tony somewhat of like a Debo kind of role. If they're going to put this Turpin kid in the slot, like I want to see something. I want to see it. I want something unfold because I'm telling you right now, it's nice when you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan. It's nice to see your quarterback dismantle a defense in preseason. It makes you feel good. It's nice when you're a Bills fan to watch your team just go in and destroy somebody, showing you, hey, our offense is pristine, lube too, ready to go. Like, we are ready for game 1.
Ready.
I want to see it. It's not like we open up the season with a cakewalk. We open up the season with the Buccaneers, the Bengals, and then it's like it's just this gauntlet for the first 8 games.
For sure.
Chance you're under 500 through the first 8 games if you don't play your cards right. It's any given week in those first 8 games.
Yep. I totally agree. So, and that's what throws me off when we get these PFFs or whatever where we got the easiest schedule. The second easiest schedule or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, who cares, man?
I don't pay attention to that stuff.
The last time I checked, all these teams are professional teams, so who cares?
Yep.
Except for the Giants. Okay.
I'm not putting anything up. No, really, truly, guys, I'm really not putting anything past the Giants with that new offensive coordinator. Well, the head coach, which was the offensive coordinator of Buffalo Bills. So we're not going to see the same Giants. I don't really think we're going to see the same Giants. I don't know if they're able to be 500 this year, but I mean, they got a lot of coaching up to do to get them there. But I'm not putting anybody past.
Reports out of their camp is their first-round pick, the Alabama kid, is really struggling.
Really? Oh,
Really struggling.
oh
Left
wow.
tackle.
Oh boy. Well, we'll see what happens. So again, guys, so with this game on Friday, what do we Armando, what is it that you want to see, or what is it that you're going to be looking for?
If we stick with this run game, I want to see if this is what we're going to be about. Obviously, I want to see if our playbook, consists of opening up the playbook to where we get plays with Turpin, with Pollard, just open it up, let it flourish, So I'm hoping we do get a dress rehearsal, and I want to see that first drive. I'm excited for that if we get it. If we don't, then let's see what Kellen Moore has in his playbook.
For sure. Allow me to butt in. What are you looking for in this last preseason game?
I honestly want to see our offensive line bullying people up front. I want to see what that looks like. I want to see Matt Willetsko. I want to see Tyler Smith. Obviously, I want to see what I want to see what that offensive line looks like at full capacity. And I want to see if we can move the ball on offense. I want to see if Dak can show everybody that he is that guy that's going to be able to take guys that nobody's ever heard of and make them superstars in this league.
Right.
I want to see it, because I'm telling you right now, Patrick Mahomes does not look any different without Tyreek Hill. He looked no different with Sky Moore and Juju Smith-Schuster as his quarterback or as his receivers. He don't look no different to me.
Really? Wow.
He don't. Look at him.
Yeah,
I hadn't had a chance to look at. I hadn't get a chance to check it out. Wow, really?
Yep.
Around, and it's preseason, so you take it all with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
but it's nice to see your star players working with their other star players, and just like it's effortless.
Yeah,
because they're gonna miss a step. I don't think they're gonna miss a step, and there's a lot of questions on this coaching staff, man. Because by the end of this season, Kellen Moore should be looking for a head coaching job, not an offensive coordinator job.
Yeah, for facts. Pete, what do you think, man? What is it that you're going to be looking for come this preseason game, man?
Yeah, I'm looking at, is the offense staggering these last two games of Kellen Moore issue, or is it just, hey, Dak's not in there, they're going to move the ball with ease, like he said, are they going to move the ball with ease? I want to see that offensive line and defensive line dominate at the line of scrimmage, and that's what we're looking at. That's what we want to see. We might not see, like Armando was saying, Turpin come in, or they're going to use Pollard. Who knows? Maybe they don't show all their cards. But if you can just move the ball down the field with Tolbert, CD, Zeke in the backfield, then, hey, we're in good shape. Then you add the other little pieces during the season, even better.
Yeah, I think like allow me to butt sport, if we can see effortlessly just that ball move, then we'll be like, okay, this is what we're talking about. This is what we.
Yeah.
But I think until we see something, we're still, as we said earlier in the show, with question marks. I think there's question marks everywhere, But I think if we get a little glimpse of the dress rehearsal and we see these guys come out and we see some effortless moving down the field,
that'd be beautiful.
We're gonna be okay.
That would definitely be beautiful if we can get out there and just drive down and score. But that also leads me to this last question here, guys. So who wins the kicking job?
That's another thing.
We got battles, man. We have battles.
That's another thing.
You see me raise my hand and scratch. I'm just like, man.
Is our kicker on this team? Is he on this team?
On this team, exactly. You know what, Brett, he had a good shot last night. He had a good kick. It was what was it, like a 60-something yarder last night?
It was on.
It was short.
Did he make that or not?
No,
he missed it.
He missed
How far was it?
It wasn't far.
It was
close. I mean,
it was close.
Yards.
But
it was close.
But that's been the problem with him, is he can kick 50 and above, but when he gets to 30 and 40, that's where he's had his trouble.
I thought that was Liherum or whatever.
No, that was
Brett.
Yeah. And that was 61. Yeah, I'm like, dang, they put the pressure on him, man. But it was on, man. It was just short. I don't know, man. I feel comfortable with Brett. I think Brett would probably beat out Lirum.
Lirum.
But who knows, man?
But here's the thing: are you comfortable with one of these two guys, playoff situation,
Oh
game
my
on the
God.
line? Are you comfortable? Because,
I
like we
mean,
said before,
do we
doesn't
have a choice? Do we have a choice to be comfortable? I don't think we got a choice. I think we just got
but
to ride it
but
out.
that's
I'm
but
Hey,
that
not.
we're going for two. We're going for two,
yeah
guys. Line up. We're going for
yeah
two.
yeah.
I'm honestly, man, I'm super bummed out about Garibe, man.
Oh no, I was
Yeah,
too.
man.
I was
Bummed out
too.
about that
Yeah.
kid.
Because I think a lot of people are because I think he came in with high hopes. This young kid out
Bro,
of
he
Texas
was
Tech.
good.
You
Yeah.
know,
He was good. Like,
never
what?
missed, right? In college or something like that.
Bro, he
Hey,
was really good at Tech. He
no. Allow me to butt in. I'm sorry.
game winner.
The dude choked. He
No, but
pissed on it. He
Hey, no,
pissed
yeah.
on his every time he got on the stage. He pissed on. He wet his pants. So I'm sorry.
He
uh,
did.
We don't have no. And this was
I'm
practice.
bummed out about
yeah,
What about the kid that the Rams just cut, Dicker from Texas?
it. Ooh,
And I,
Dick the kicker.
Did they
you know,
release him?
yeah, they released him. They released him.
Bring him in.
That's
right.
what I'm saying. What can hurt? Because like we said, like we're not in the postseason. You saw in the Green Bay and 49ers one, what it come down to? A special teams block punt to win that game. And it can come to anything on special teams from a field goal kick to our punter punting something down into the 5. Something's going to come down to that in postseason, and we want
Yeah.
to be the best guy in there for that.
It wouldn't
Can't leave.
hurt.
That's one big thing is that's how you win games is having points on the board. And if we
Yeah,
leave them off the board, we
we've
ain't
seen
gonna
it.
win games.
We've seen it too many times.
So,
Well, here we are, guys. So now we know that we got to get down to what is it? We got to get down to 53 men, 53 man roster. So again, I think one of the probably the strategies that the Cowboys are going to use is once everybody is cut, and then they might find a kicker that way.
Mhm.
So the door is still open. I don't think we're at the point. And a lot of these other positions, we might find a receiver that's out there. Who knows?
Yeah.
But once they make their final cut, there's going to be a slew of free agents out there, and that could probably be the thing that changes it. Things, we might find that kicker. So.
Yeah.
But it's something to see. But hey, man, I'm excited, man. I'm ready for this season to get started.
we're this close to the season and we're still having a kicker talk. Crazy. It's
Hey,
crazy.
I told G, man, I was like, man, I don't care about touchdowns. Let's just get in field goal range and let these guys kick field goals and let's
Right.
see what we got from these guys. 40 yards, 45 yards, different angles. Let's see
Start
what
shooting.
from these guys are.
You
Yeah.
start shooting them field goals, right?
And to be honest with you, our 93 season, man, was a lot played in our kicking game. Lynn Elliott, man, he won a bunch of games because we couldn't get in the end zone. But one thing we did, Troy Aikman got us in field goal range every time. And 93 wasn't easy because we was a repeating Super Bowl champion team. So everybody was playing us hard. We didn't score a whole bunch of points, but we continued to get in field goal range in order to rack up the points. So when I saw that last one, I'm like, damn, this will be a kicking contest, and we can't even get in kicking position to see what our kickers can do.
Yeah. And
We can't get in kicking position to see who's gonna be our kicker. So, but yeah, so it's gonna be something to see. What were you gonna say, Pete?
and that's what we were saying. Like, years past, we're like, we get in the red, we want to score touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
That's the deal is, but like now it feels a little different. Like, of course, we still want to score those touchdowns, but man, if our defense is going to be so good, I feel like that if we can kick field goals and make points, that our defense will be good enough to hold on to those kind of games.
Get him, big dog. Get him. I see
Hold
you.
on, what did Chris say?
Yeah, did you see that? I took it down so fast. I know it. You see that?
What did he say? Chris, we have a problem now. Now we have a problem. What do you mean?
Hey, I'm not a Longhorn fan either, but hey, remember the kicker that came from Texas that plays in Baltimore
Justin Tucker,
now?
best kicker in the league.
That's right.
Like, I'm just saying. just saying, maybe.
For sure. Hey, it don't matter to me, long as they can get the job done. Get her done. That's all I'm looking forward to, man. So, well, hey guys, man, I sure appreciate you allowing me to butt in sport to come in and step in and chop it up with us. Also with you, Pete, man. We appreciate you guys, man. You know,
Yes,
you
sir.
guys are more than welcome to come on anytime we're on. So, you know, hey, mi casa is your casa, something like this. I guess that's how you say it. But anyway, yeah. But you know, I appreciate you guys, man. Real talk, man. And thank y'all, man. You know, for filling in for Chris and Dallas B2 Real Harris. He wasn't here either. So, man, like I say, man, we love for you guys to continue to step in and chop it up with us, man, for sure.
Anytime,
Okay,
man. Anytime.
All right, man. We're gonna be hollering at y'all, man. Thanks a lot, guys.
Take it easy, y'all. Appreciate it.
All right, so hey guys, that we'd like to say thank y'all to everybody that came on here today, and we want to say thank you for spending your time here with us. But we have held you guys long enough. Mondo, appreciate you as well. You know, my top dog, man, always come through for me. And hey, you know, like I say, just we're gonna get ready for this game on Friday. And we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do probably a pregame and a postgame, and I will be in Frisco, so I will bring you some news that you can use. So you guys stay tuned. So, like I always say, don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. So let's make it happen, Cowboys.
Puro pinches Cowboys.
Yes, sir.